let's begin the final part of the story. So now the both the eyes of the eyes Sapphire were given to the poor people, the needy one, and now the prince was quite blind. And the bird said that she is not going to leave the prince because now he is blind. All the next day he sat at the prince's shoulder and told him stories of what he had seen in strange land. And the next time the next day the bird was sitting on the prince's shoulder and telling him the stories of what he had seen everywhere. Dear little swallow, said the prince, you tell me of marvelous things, but more marvelous than anything is the suffering of man and woman. But the prince is saying that there are lots of suffering of people. There is no mystery so great as misery. And the prince is telling that you don't understand, but misery, pain, suffering is the greatest mystery. Fly over my city, little swallow, and tell me what you see there. So the prince ordered again the bird that you go and fly over my city everywhere and see what is happening and tell me. So the swallow flew over the great city and saw the rich making merry in their beautiful homes while the beggars were sitting at the gates. The same condition was said by the bird, that the rich are enjoying their life, having fun in their life, and the poor people, the beggars, are sitting at their gates hungry and cold. He flew into dark lane and saw the white face of starving children looking out listlessly at the black street. And when the bird was flying everywhere across the dark lane, it saw that the children were starving, they had nothing to eat, and they were very very hungry, poor children. Lots of children were there in the on the street. Under the archway archway of the bridge, two little boys were lying in each other's arm to try to keep themselves warm, and it was cold. The poor children were holding one another to keep themselves warm. They were, how hungry we are, they said. You must not lie there, he shouted the watchman, and they wandered out into the rain. And the poor children, when they were sitting there, they were very hungry. The watchman who was there, he removed them from where they were sitting and said that you cannot sleep here. And he removed them, and the poor children were out in the cold and it was raining. So just understand the condition of the children, how they might be feeling, and they were hungry too. Then he flew back and told the prince what he had seen. So he came back and told the prince, see prince, this is the condition. So now the prince said, I am covered with fine gold, said the prince. You must take it off leaf by leaf and give to the poor. By living, always think that gold can make them happy. So the prince said that do one thing, I am covered with gold, thin gold layer. You just break few pieces of the gold and give to the poor and the needy, because humans think that gold can buy them happiness. That is what people think, that money can buy happiness, but it is not that. Leaf after leaf of the fine gold the swallow picked off till the happy prince looked quite dull and grey, leaf after leaf. So now what was the condition, that the bird saw many miserable people, needy people, and every day a bit of gold was taken away from the prince statue. And now the prince was getting uglier because the gold was being removed and the dark colored metal prince was visible now. Fine gold he brought to the poor, and the children's face grew roaster and they laughed and played in the street. We have bread now, they cried. And slowly, as uh, the the small pieces of the gold were taken out by the bird and given to the poor people, the people in the town were getting happy. Now they had food to eat and were now not as miserable as previous. Then the snow came, and after the snow came the frost. So now the gold was taken away, and now it was snowing, and then came the frost when it was very cold. The streets looked as if they were made of silver. Everywhere it was ice. The streets seemed as if they were made up of silver. Everybody went about in fur. Everybody was wearing warm clothes, furry clothes, and the little boy wore scarlet cap and skated on the ice. The poor little swallow grew colder and colder, but he would not leave the prince. But now the cold, it was very very cold throughout. It was snowing, it was ice, and everybody was wearing warm clothes, but the bird had nothing to wear. So now the bird was feeling cold. The poor swallow grew colder and colder, but he would not leave the prince. But when all the particles of the gold, pieces of the golds were given to the people, everyone was happy in the town now. Nobody was poor, but now the bird was suffering because the it was very cold, and people were wearing warm clothes, but the bird was unable to wear. It is not possible for the bird to wear warm clothes, and but the bird did not leave the prince. Still he would not leave the prince. He loved him too well. The bird loved the prince too well. He picked up crumbs outside the baker's door when the baker was not looking, and tried to keep himself warm by flapping its wing. So the poor bird used to find out little bits of food here and there out of bakery and eat, and flapping its wing to keep himself warm. But at last he knew that he was going to die. He had just enough strength to fly up to the prince's shoulder once more. Goodbye, dear prince, he murmured. Now the bird was too much weak, and when all the gold was also removed from the prince, the bird was very weak. It was severely cold. The bird did not have much energy to fly, but yet it tried for the last time to fly, and went to the shoulder of the prince and said, "Goodbye, dear prince. Will you let me kiss your hand? I am glad that you are going to Egypt at last, little swallow," said the prince. So the prince thought that the bird is now going to uh, Egypt. "You have stayed too long here, but you must kiss me on the lip, for I love you." The prince also started loving the bird, because the prince was blind. He did not know. He never knew that what was the condition of the bird. The bird was almost on the verge of dying now. "I am glad that you are going to Egypt." That is done. "It is not to Egypt that I am going," said the swallow. "I am going to the house of death." Now the bird is saying that I am not going to Egypt. Now I am going to die. Death is the brother of sleep. Is he not? Means now I am going to sleep forever. And he kissed the happy prince on his lips and fell down dead on his feet. And the poor bird, now due to the cold, at the end it died and fell on the feet of the prince. From the shoulder it fell down to the feet of the prince. At that moment a curious crack sounded inside the statue. Now when the bird died, there was an incident. There was a sound of a crack, as if something had broken inside the statue. As if something had broken. The fact is that the leaded heart had been snapped right in two. The prince had a lead heart in it. So, as if the heart had broken into two pieces. It certainly was a dreadful hard frost, and it was very cold also. Early the next morning, the mayor was walking in the square below his company with the two councillors. The next morning, when the mayor was walking down the street with his two councillors, as they passed the column, he looked up at the statue. So, as they passed, they saw the statue of the happy prince, and when they saw, he said, "Dear me, how shabby the happy prince looks," he said. And the mayor said that how shabby means not good looking. How, see the statue of the prince, it is not at all beautiful. "How shabby indeed," cried the two councillors, who always agreed with the mayor, and they went up to look at it. So they saw, "The ruby has fallen out of his sword, his eyes are gone, and he is golden no longer," said the mayor. "In fact, he is little better than a beggar." So the mayor and the councillor saw that, see, the gold is gone, the ruby is gone, and now he doesn't look like a prince, he looks like a beggar. The statue doesn't look at all like a happy prince. It looks like a beggar's statue. "Little better than a beggar," said the two councillors. "And there is actually a dead bird at his feet." Somebody said, "See, there is a dead bird also at its feet." Continued the mayor. The mayor said, "We must really issue a proclamation that the birds are not to be allowed to die here." The foolish mayor says that the bird should not be allowed to die here. And now town clerk made a note of suggestion. So they pulled down the statue of the happy prince, and as he is no longer beautiful, he is no longer useful. So what did they say? That he is no this statue is no longer beautiful. We should not keep it here. So they pulled down the statue is no longer useful, said the art professor of the university. Then they melted the statue in a furnace. So at the end, what did they do? They melted that statue in a furnace, in a heating furnace, where a furnace is used to melt metals, different kinds of metals. So they started melting the statue. What a strange thing, said the overseer to the workmen in the foundry, means those who were working there. They said that it was a very strange thing. This broken lead heart will not melt in furnace. Now everything melted, the entire statue melted, but the heart was there inside the statue. It was not melting in the furnace. We must throw it away. So they said that everything is melted, we will use this metal to make something else, but that there is a heart in it which is not melting in the intense heat also. So what to do now? So they said that we must throw it away. Someone suggested that just throw it away. So they threw it on a dust heap where the dead swallow was also lying. So where they had thrown the dead swallow, they also threw the heart, and they also threw the heart of the prince there. So again, the heart of the prince and the bird were together again. So after the story ended, God said to one of his angels, bring me two most precious things in the city. The God said to the angel that bring me two most precious things from this city, one of his angels, and the angel brought him the leaded heart and a dead bird. So when the angel went down to the earth, and what did he find? The two most precious things, one was that bird and the other was the heart of the prince, the leaded heart, lead, made out of lead. And he gave it to the God and said that, God, these are the two most precious things that I found, heart and the dead bird. You are rightly chosen. You have rightly chosen. God said to the angel that you have chosen very right. In fact, it's true, said the God. For in my garden of paradise this little bird shall sing for evermore, and in my city of gold the happy prince shall praise me. So what did the God say? That now these two will always stay with me in here in paradise, and the little bird will keep on singing here, and the prince will also stay here of gold, and happy prince shall praise me. And the prince has also the place to stay in this paradise, and he will stay here and he will praise me forever. So here we come to the end of the story. A very nice story that we can say. And on the page number 36, a bit lengthy one, but on page number 36 there are 1 to 6 questions. You need to complete those questions. Read the chapter twice because it is a bit bigger as compared to the other chapters. So read the chapter twice so you will understand it, and you need to find out and write down the question answers of the happy prince. There are 6 question answers again on page number 36. You need to write them in the same text in which you write the textual question answers. So thank you once again.